Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Doug here, and we're continuing our Speedster Trophy playthrough. This is the last world, end of the world. It is 2 videos. It was kind of long, so I split it up into 2 to make it a little better. So here we go. I sped this up significantly because it's a lot of places like this you have to do. You kind of get caught in them, and you just have to do them. So it's a bunch of fighting. So I left it in, but I sped it up significantly. So just so you guys can at least expect what to see when you enter each world or each little bubble or whatever you prefer to call them. So like I said, these guys are kind of annoying. Individually, one-on-one, they're very easy, but when you add in 5 or 6 of them, they can kind of give you a lot of trouble. This is the only time I really died and had to restart. So I will admit I did die. I believe it was in this first one, and I had to edit it out. You might have seen it edit at the beginning of the video. Might not have. It wasn't that bad of an edit, really. So you can. Or you can't open those inside the bubble. You have to wait till you get outside. I actually didn't open any of them. But there aren't any puppies in this world, so I should have really opened them, but I didn't. But the reason I didn't, if you guys want to know, is because some of them are like traps where they'll take you down into bubbles, and you'll have to fight a bunch of Heartless again. So that's why I didn't open them. It's because I didn't want to have to do any extra fighting. But I still have to. I get caught in a few though. But it would have been an extra 3 or 4 fight arenas that I would have had to do if I would have opened all of the chests. So, if you guys want the items, then feel free to open them. I believe 1 or 2 of them are like defense ups or power ups or strength ups, something like that. So it will help you out a little bit for the final boss. But it's really up to you guys if you want to spend the extra time fighting them or not. Come on, I hate these guys too. They're very annoying. The Invisibles and the Angels are very, very annoying. But they give you good items that you need to get to synthesize the Ultima Keyblade. So either way, you'll be doing it eventually. And if you guys didn't figure out, there are invisible walls that you can't pass. So as you'll see here, I get stuck. You have to go all the way across and then come to the right. So it's a little annoying. I would have preferred they didn't really do that at all, but you have to do it. So. Alright, once you hit the little edge, you'll have to fight the behemoth again. I told you guys we'd fight him again. If you guys watched the Hollow Basin speedrun second visit, then you would have seen him before. This is actually a different type, but all his moves are the same. He's just a different color. So the strategy is the same. Jump on his back and just keep hitting him, and he should barely do any damage to you. Well, that's only really the attack that really hits you is when you just you kind of get caught after he does that, where his horn is invincible. So, but I said it's pretty simple. So we're about wrapping up the game. We only have this video and then just getting to the final door. As I said previously, I am not going to be showing the final boss. It was way too long. There's 4 different parts. Even if I sped it up, it would still be a very long video. And as you guys know, I am horrible at this game, so I really can't offer you too many tips and tricks that are going to help you beat him. It's really just casting Cure on yourself and just kind of wait and pick your moments to attack him so you don't get completely destroyed. But that's really all I can offer, so I will not be showing the hour-long final boss battle between Ansem and the 4 fights and everything like that. So I apologize. Maybe if I think it's worth it, I'll do the Proud mode walkthrough of how to beat him. But on Novice, it's not really all that important. I didn't die when I was facing him, so it shouldn't give you guys too much trouble. Just as long as you have some items on you, and as long as you have, as long as you use Cure at the right time, and having Leaf Bracer will definitely help. So that's really all I can offer you in terms of how to beat the final boss. Jeez, this video was very long. This is sped up to almost 2 times, and it still came out to, between the 2 videos, about 45-50 minutes. So because there's a lot of areas like this where you have to fight the Heartless, and because I'm going for the unchanging armor trophy, I have a weaker keyblade, so it takes a lot longer to kill everybody. So if I apologize if you want to skip this, you can fast forward through this, but you'll have to fight him again. So there's not much I can really say. You'll see him again in Hades Cup during, I believe he's the 30th wave, but I could be wrong on that. I believe when you're doing the Hades Cup, 30 is, oh, it might be 20. 30 is Cerebus, 20 should be the Behemoth. No, I'm missing one. Oh, I'm sorry. 40 is Cerebus, 30 is Behemoth, 20 is Leon and Cloud, and 10 is Hades. So, and 1 is the Rock Titan. So I do have videos for those, but I don't think I'm gonna post them because there's not much I can really say about them either. It's just making it through wave by wave, using Cure on yourself. That's about it. So I won't be posting any of the cup videos unless there's a strong demand for them. But I don't expect that many of you had trouble with them, especially on novice difficulty. Alright, so I want to point out in this area there are 2 chests that have, one has a staff and one has a shield. They are very powerful. One is the Mighty Shield for Goofy, and the other one is the Meteor Strike staff for Donald. They're both very powerful. They both are great increases, but you can't use them if you're going for the Unchanging Armor trophy. But it is good to know, after you beat the game, when you're coming back, you have to get them anyway to platinum the game. So just so you know, there are 2, one of each in this area. So there is a save point here. I do recommend saving because, what's up, Brandon? I don't know what message that was. I don't remember. But I do recommend saving because it does get a little harder, and there are long waves of Heartless coming up. So, and you'll have to fight Chernobog, which is coming up after this. So I went the wrong way. Yeah. So what you want to do is basically blue is forward, green is backwards. It's kind of reversed from the normal, I guess. But you don't have to go in any of these. If you do, like, they're each one of the different worlds. So you have Traverse Town, you'll have to fight some Heartless, you'll leave, and so on and so forth. You can skip like every 2 or 3 of them, and then you'll come to a blue one that you have to enter in to move on. So that will save you a really good amount of time, because you won't have to fight in about 6 or 7 of the worlds. So it's good. I never realized that until I came and played it on Final Mix, that you can skip those at all. So I don't know if you guys did either, but it's really good to know that you don't have to go through another 4, 5, 6 battles in this world. You can skip by them and save yourself a good hour, half an hour to an hour, depending on how long it takes you. And it lowers your chances of dying. Not that the battles are all that hard, but there are a few waves of enemies, and you will have to, you have to be in there for a few minutes at least. So unless you guys want to gain a few extra levels before fighting Ansem, which if you have plenty of time left like I do, is recommended, just to save yourself some trouble. So, but it's really up to you guys. As you can see, even in this one, there's a few waves of enemies, and more than likely Donald will die, because he's always dead. I don't know how, but if you want to save yourself some time, then go ahead and do that. But other than that, none of the Heartless are really different. Most of these worlds are just the same ones that you've seen over and over again. As you can see, I got the Werv. I can't pronounce them. The Wervin, Wyrvin, WYREVRN, something like that. However you pronounce them, I don't know. I just call them the Wervin. So that's it. They're all the same. They're all very easy. Even with the regular Kingdom Key, I'm still not having too much problems defeating them. And I get a level, so that's always good. So I thought that was the last one, but apparently there's another wave. So it does go on a little while, and so this is sped up to almost 2 times. So you can see it kind of does take a while to make it through each wave. So it will cut down your time, especially if you're kind of close to that 15 hours. This will save you a bunch of time and keep you from going over. Because the final boss will take you a good hour or so, just because there's so many different parts to the battle. So if you get to the final door and you're at about 14 hours, you might want to speed it up a little bit, because you're getting kind of close to that time there. So I think I get to the final boss at about 8 or 9 hours. And I think I finished at about 10. Either 9 or 10, I can't remember the exact time. But as you can see, I'm just skipping all of these until I get to the blue one and I can't go any further. And this one actually, I don't remember which one this, oh, Atlantic. Of course it would be freaking Atlantica. Of all the worlds that I could, you know, possibly have to go into, Atlantica would be the one. Oh well, I guess that just what I get for trash talking it for the entire game. Oh, you guys haven't seen these guys in a while. The only place you'll see them is really Atlantica, and they're very annoying. There is a chance to beat them while they're in the big jellyfish mode, but you have to have really good timing, and it's just really kind of annoying. So most of the time they split up into the, oh, that one actually dies. Huh, look at that. But most of the time they split up into 3 or 4 or 5 of the smaller guys. But they really don't attack you that much. They kind of just sit there and wait for you to come to them. As you can see, oh, well, there it goes. Every time I say it, like, one of them comes and attacks me. Oh, that's awful. I said, this is why I hate this world, because I'm like, I can't even attack them because they're stuck in the center of that thing and it keeps sending me up to the top. It's very annoying. But at least I'm over with. I don't have to go back there anymore at all. I've got everything I need from that world, and I shouldn't have to go back ever again. At least I hope not. I haven't finished synthesizing everything. All I have to do is synthesize the last 3 items, which are the ultimate keyblade, and then the staff for Donald and the shield for Goofy. I just need to gather the last few items, and then I'll have them completely synthesized, or everything completely synthesized. If you are looking to get some items, though, this is a really good place to get synthesis items because, like I said, each world has heartless that are specific to that world. So, and this is the only place to really fight the invisible and the angels, which give you gales. So, if you do need those, I recommend coming back, and this is a good place to go through all of these and just knock out a few without having to go back to, like, Atlantica. So this green one is, the only real reason to go in there is a save point there, which you might have seen there really quick, but I do recommend saving there. I completely forgot that it was there, so I did skip it, but I said there is a save point in the Winnie the Pooh world, which you have to go into, so I do recommend saving there. It'll save you some time when you come back here to gain some gales for item synthesis. You won't have to go through everything again, which I did have to do, so... So this is one of the harder little areas of this world. There's a lot of invisible here, and it's kind of a small area, so there's not really many places to go to. But you do have to go to the door to the right here. There you go. It took a little second to open. And then you basically read this little text stuff saying, you know, the 7 princesses of heart and all that stuff. And then the invisibles and everything else will spawn. Said if you can lock onto one and just keep attacking the same one, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble, because if you try to switch between them, they start circling you and they get in your way, and they become really hard to beat. So try to lock onto just one and then just keep hitting him until he dies. Huh, I thought there were more of those. Alright, but once you do that, you each have to leave. And it's not the one with the heartless, the Kingdom Hearts symbol, it's the other way. And okay, once after you do that, you'll just drop into the hole, and this is where you'll be fighting Chernobog. Chernobog he's not too difficult. If you have Leaf Bracer, it makes it significantly easier for you. And I know I keep saying that, but if you have Leaf Bracer, you don't understand how hard it is without it. And if you don't have Leaf Bracer, then you really understand. So, I do recommend trying to stay behind his head. Once you find the right spot, you'll be able to hit him without him really hitting you until he does the volcano circling around you thing. But so this is one of those times where if I would have been behind him, that fire would not even touch me. But as you can see, I wasn't. So the volcano thing that he hits when he circles around you, it's really hard to get out of the way of that. As you can see right there, I got a little hit by it. So, but this is the reason I don't like being in the air, is because you can't dodge roll away really quick. usually only one speed that you can go when you're up in the air like this. And as you can see, I got really trapped there. And that's one of those times where if you don't have Relief Bracer, you probably will die because you couldn't get away in time. As you can see, I didn't get away there in time at all. But I can still cast Leaf Bracer while inside the fire, and I won't die. Whereas if you don't have it, you won't cast a cure, and you'll just get hit again, and you'll die. So if you don't have it by now and you have some time, I recommend going back and trying to gain a few levels to get it. Said if you pick the shield and the staff, then you will have it long before this. If you pick the sword, I think it's level like 61 or so when you get it. It might be a little after, it might be a little earlier, but if you can get there in time, I strongly suggest doing it. If you can't, then well, just play very smart and very defensively. But if you watch my intro to the Kingdom Hearts videos, then I told you to pick that. I told you to pick that setup, but now you're accepting or understanding why I told you to do that. So. I hate when he, like, causes that wind and sends you backwards. There's no real reason for it. It's just annoying. And as you can see, when he casts the fire around you, you usually get hit either 2 to 3 times. If you get an earlier jump, if you know he's gonna if you know he's gonna use it, then you might be able to get away with only getting hit twice. But from my experience, if you hit that 3rd time, there's a good chance that you will not make it out of there. As you can see, I come very close a few times, but thanks to Leaf Bracer, I managed to survive. So, I said he's not very hard if you can avoid the volcano attack, but if you can't, and see, I got really lucky there too. I got really lucky a few times in this battle, but thankfully I cast Cure just at the right time. But just try to stay behind his head. When he does the volcano thing, just cast Cure on yourself after the 2nd time you get hit, or if you have lower health after the 1st time, and you shouldn't really have too much of a problem. He's a very long boss battle, but he's not incredibly hard if you have the right abilities and the right strategy. This camera looks even worse than it does. It looks worse sped up than it does in real time. God, it looks like the camera's just jerking around like crazy. I really hope the camera is better in 3. And I really hope it comes out in 2014, but I really don't think it will. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to having some new worlds. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Agrabah and Neverland and Halloween Town were really great, and they're a lot of fun. And I believe Halloween Town is already confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3. I believe they found some music for it already, so I'm assuming that it'll be in it. I could be wrong on that. I could have sworn I saw a link where on their website somebody discovered some code for some new music for it. So I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. And I know Destiny Islands is confirmed because it's in the trailer. Well, you might not be able to play there, but you'll at least be able to... You'll at least see it in a cutscene at least. So, but I'm hoping that they do some kind of Snow White world. I didn't like the one in Birth by Sleep. First of all, I'm not really too much of a handheld gamer. So I would really like to see the dwarfs and have all their voices and see them gather around you and see a nice Snow White world. Other worlds that I would like to see are... Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you in the next video because this video is over. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back and check out End of the World Part 2. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Like I said, come back and check out Part 2. See you guys.